Today I have some bad news for Ghostface in Mortal Kombat 1, so sadly we have to talk about it, but the good news is that more free skins are available to unlock, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how to get them. Because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never... Good lord, I'm sorry about that. Then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the new skins that you can get for free, including Titan Havoc. That's right, even if you never purchased the Chaos Reigns bundle, you can still get the Titan Havoc costume now, completely for free. However, it is going to be a slightly different color, but still, you get the costume for free. You didn't have to buy the bundle. Keep in mind, before today, it was only possible to get this costume if you bought the bundle and then completed story mode. And that Titan Havoc boss fight was no fun. Just ask me. I did not enjoy that fight. It was crazy. All right. Yeah, he's a boss character, all right. I won on my first try, but still, it was crazy. That guy was cheap. But now everyone watching this video can get the Titan Havoc costume for free. Just make sure you're in the top 5% of Race Against Time, which if you want my advice, I recommend doing the towers over and over again. To me, that's the fastest way to earn points. Keep in mind, before selecting your tower, you can actually see how many points you get for completing it, and sometimes you get 10 points or more for a very short tower, only 3 fights sometimes. And you can keep repeating that same tower as many times as you want until it goes away, because of course every tower is time sensitive. But the point is you can farm it and also use these towers to level up your character, so you're getting points and also leveling up your character, which means free dragon crystals, which means you can buy new costumes from the shop. So win, win, win. And honestly, I recommend Natara. She does crazy high damage by default, and also for some reason has high health stats for some reason too, which means you can spend more points on her defense stat or even her attack stat to make her do even more damage. But my point is, she just burns through these towers because she does so much damage. Now with that all being said, I understand that it's not super fun to grind for that top 5% spot. So instead, if you're even in the top 75%, you get Li Mei's gear, which once again is only available in story mode until now. The only way to get this gear piece was to purchase the Chaos Reigns bundle and then play story mode and defeat her to actually get this gear, but now you get it completely for free just by doing a couple of towers, and it's not going to be very much, I promise. I did like 2 towers and was already in the top 50%. It's not that difficult. And as mentioned earlier, it's also a great way to level up your characters, and when you reach level 20, you get free dragon crystals, and then at level 31, you get even more dragon crystals, so it's a win-win. But real quick before we move on, I want to mention the Tanya palette as well, because even though it was possible before to unlock this costume, it was never Tanya's colors. It was not black and yellow, so now finally you can actually represent Tanya in her own colors with this costume, so that's really cool as well. If you get top 25% in the Race Against Time challenge, then you finally get black and yellow for Tanya in this specific costume, which I think looks really cool. Alright, on to topic number 2, the Halloween Tower. By the time you watch this video, the second Halloween Tower should be playable, but I say should be because it didn't even reset today. As I'm recording this video, the Halloween Tower has not updated, which is weird because we were told that every 24 hours we were going to get the next Halloween Tower, which meant new costumes for a certain character, as well as artwork for your banner, like the background and the profile picture, all that cool stuff. But for some reason, the tower still has not reset. It's still the smoke tower, and as a result, we can't get the new costumes, gear, or any of that stuff as of yet. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that by the time you watch this video, the new Halloween Tower is up. And also, for future towers, NetherRealm is on top of their game and not forgetting to update these towers. I'm not sure what's going on at NetherRealm Studios, but some of your employees are slipping, okay? They're not on top of their game. I've caught them lacking, and that Halloween Tower should have updated by now. And listen, normally I would not care that much, but the issue is I'm actually going to be away on vacation in the next couple of days, and I was hoping to do most of these towers before I go on vacation. So when you delay these towers, NetherRealm, you're pretty much guaranteeing that I can't get these costumes, and that makes me a bit salty. But I digress. For anyone who has not watched my last video, let me explain the Halloween towers one more time really quickly. Every 24 hours, there's going to be a new Halloween tower event, and when you complete the tower, you get 2 new color palettes for that character. The first day was Smoke, the next day is going to be Reiko, and then I think it's Lee May and Johnny Cage. Thankfully, our boy Interloco already broke all of this down, not just which days the towers are happening, but also the towers themselves and who you're fighting, the challenges, all that awesome stuff. So we already know what's going to be in these towers. And thankfully, these towers are super easy, or at least the first one was. Now maybe every single day, the towers are going to get more difficult, or maybe one of the towers is going to be super difficult for no real reason, because let's be real, sometimes NetherRealm just does that. You'll be playing invasion mode, having a good time, and then one of the sub-bosses is just crazy difficult for no reason whatsoever. Or you'll be doing a tower and everything's easy until the final boss, and then suddenly it's really ridiculously hard for no reason whatsoever. That does happen, NetherRealm does do this, so maybe that same thing could happen with the Halloween towers. But alright, now finally on to the main event, Ghostface. Sadly, as mentioned at the very start of this video, I have some bad news for the Ghostface fans. Even though all of us watching had our fingers crossed that Ghostface would be available in time for Halloween, even very popular data miners had theorized that Ghostface would unlock in October for everybody to play, but sadly, it does not look like that's going to be the case. I am now 95% sure that Ghostface is not going to release in time for Halloween. Instead, I think it's way more likely this character will be playable in November, and sadly not at the start of November, maybe about 2 weeks in or so. Or in other words, Ghostface is going to release very close to the middle of November. But why do I think this? Well, for one thing, it's tradition. For literally every DLC character in Mortal Kombat 1 so far, when the invasion season ends, that's when the new DLC character drops. And as we all know, history has a tendency to repeat, which means it's likely that Ghostface will become playable at the end of this season of Invasion. So if you want to check it out for yourself, just turn on Mortal Kombat 1 right now and see how many days are left until the Invasion season is over. Because once again, when Invasion ends this season, that's when Ghostface is going to drop and finally become playable. Or at least that's the theory. Anything can happen, like I say in all my videos, right? We never know for sure until it happens, but for every other DLC character, they've dropped when the Invasion season is over, which normally would not be a big deal, but everybody was hoping that Ghostface would drop on Halloween because it fits so perfectly. He's the horror movie character for this game, and Halloween is the season of scares, right? It's the scary holiday of October, so it makes perfect sense for Ghostface to release in October, and as a result, we all had our fingers crossed that it was going to happen. But unfortunately, it seems more than likely that Ghostface is actually going to drop in November and finally become playable around the middle of that month. And listen, if the character's not ready yet, then I understand. Maybe they're still polishing his gameplay, making sure there's no game-breaking bugs, and also making sure the Ghostface update patch does not break the game completely, because that has happened a couple of times in the past with NetherRealm Studios. They add a new character to the game, the update patch happens, and for some reason, it just completely breaks Mortal Kombat 1. So maybe they're working on that as well, and if that's the case, I understand. My only gripe would be if Ghostface is actually ready, but NetherRealm's just delaying him because the invasion season's not over and they're just doing tradition for tradition's sake. If that's the case, then I am a bit salty, but I have no way of knowing that. Which means I'll choose to believe that Ghostface is just being polished and fine-tuned. NetherRealm wants to make sure this character is perfect, and you know what? I agree. I'm one of the few people who really is excited for this character. I genuinely hope his gameplay is incredible, and I want him to be top tier just to upset the haters. I think Ghostface is a very weird choice for Mortal Kombat 1, but that doesn't make him a bad choice. I think that's why he's so cool. It's the novelty of it. I never expected a character as basic as Ghostface to make it into the game. He's just a dude with a knife, a teenager with a knife in fact, right? A high schooler. And yet even so, somehow he made his way into Mortal Kombat 1, which I think is really cool, and I have no doubt that NetherRealm's gonna make him really fun to play, because every DLC character so far has been a smash hit in my opinion. They've knocked it out of the park. They've always been super fun, especially the guest characters. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. When do you think Ghostface is going to release? Do you agree with me and he's likely going to drop in November, or do you choose to hold on to hope and believe he's going to release in October just in time for Halloween? And also, what about his gameplay? Do you think that Ghostface is going to be fun and original and super interesting, or do you think his gameplay is going to be super bland and boring. And finally, how do you feel about these new Halloween costumes and the Halloween Tower event in general? Let me know any and all of your thoughts down below because, like I say in all my videos, I truly love reading each and every comment. So grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.